Hi, this is a C# tutorial of restaurant management system using object-oriented technique. So let me show you guys how this advanced system works. Okay, you see right here we have that's supposed to be the receipt, or that's the receipt. We can always reset and take new order. Enter that, and we cannot even enter any other character apart from numbers in there. And supposing we mistakenly leave this out, there you see what happened. The system automatically resets itself. And let's say we have that and here. All you just need to do is click on total. There we go. There you have the restaurant management there, and right down you have all of the orders made. So what I'm going to do now is to take you guys straight into C# development environment, and we'll put one of these together. So let's do that now, guys. Hi, welcome to C# tutorial of restaurant management system. I'm going to start by clicking on new project. Now that the dialog box is ready, I'm going to select C# Windows Forms application, and let's give the project a name. So let's come in here, call it C#_00, because it's going to be an object-oriented technique. Okay, let's call it restaurant system and click on OK. Now that the form is ready, I'm going to define the size. So let's make the size to be 1386 by 800. And right here where we have text, let's change that to restaurant management system. Okay, there we go. So the next thing I'd like to do is let me add a panel. Now we have a panel there, and let's change the properties of this very panel. And where we have back color, okay, let's leave that there. But here, border style, let's change the border style to fixed 3D, and I'm gonna need a couple of those anyway. It's gonna be one here, 2, 3, okay, 4. Alright, this will be for my title. Yeah, that's good. And let's add a label to that very title and change the name. Let's come in here and just call it restaurant management systems. That is my title there. Let's change the size to something readable. Change the color as well. I'm going to change that to control light. Right, size, make that a little bit, or make it much more readable. There we go. I'm going to make it 70. Let's see. Yeah, that's not too bad. This seems to be too wide. Okay, let's reduce it. Reduce it to maybe 60. Alright, back color. Let's change the back color to maybe, yep, okay, control dark. And there we go. Right. Now the back color of that very panel, let's change that to something much darker. Alright. Let's see. Yeah, that's not too bad. Okay, Even if we have to make any amendment, we'll come back to that. Right. Okay guys, this is how the interface looks right now. When we run it, it will look something a little bit similar, something similar to this. Okay, so what I'm going to do is to add the following. Let's come in here. Stop it from running first, and let's add checkbox. Let's see. We're gonna need some checkbox here and some text box as well. Let's see, text box. Right. So let's copy this across. And I just need to work on it properly. And copy it across. And in here we'll need let's go for rich box, rich text box here, rich text box right there, and we need buttons here. Yeah, and labels. Go for some labels. Okay, this is how the interface is looking, so I'm gonna have to speed that up and get back to you guys. Okay guys, this is how the interface looks now. Right, we have all the different menu, drink, and we have shake right here, milkshake, and right here that's supposed to be the receipt and the tax, subtotal, and so on. So if I click on it, let's see, this is how it all looks like. Right, so what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna pause, just stop it right there, and let's try and start entering some lines of codes in there. So the first thing I like to do is let me take care of exit first. Double click on the exit there. Right there we'll have to declare as follows. So right here, the data type, let's enter dialog result is that I exit, and we enter as follows. There, let's make these double lines so that you can see it. So that is it with inbuilt C# functions. Okay, so the variable equals as follows. Confirm if you want to exit, and that's the name of the system. Built-in functions, and use an if statement to determine options selected. Right, so if I run it, this is how it will look like. Come right in here, click on exit. Let's see, there we go guys. Just enter no, or you can select yes. Okay, the other thing we need to take care of is let's take care of this very reset button. And before we can do that, I'm going to add two functions. Those two functions, one is going to be for the text box and the other is going to be for the checkbox. So let's go back in here, and there we go. Those are the two functions. This is for the text box, so let's just say that's enable text box or clear text box. Right, that's for clear enable text box, and this is going to be for the check text box. So I will now call these two, then create another one to clear it. So let's come right in here, let's copy that, and right underneath here paste that there, and also copy these function details as well. Right. And one other thing is that's for enable, and the other one is to enhance the checkbox. I'm going to copy one more of this. Now change that to clear the text box. So let's come down here, right in here, paste, and here I'll call that clear text box, and this the function name will become clear text box. Right, and in here let's change all of this here. That will be dot text box equals 0, and there. And because the text box already have zeros in them, so I actually default it back to 0. So I'm going to now copy the checkbox name and come right there, paste that in there. So those are the 3 functions that will take care of my system. Now one thing we need to do is let's come right in there and say lbl tax dot tax equals clear lbl total dot tax equals clear. And finally we need one for subtotal. Let's say lbl subtotal. There, that is that there, done. Now you see the clear and enable function. I'm going to copy those. In fact, let's copy these 3 functions. Look at those 3 functions, guys. This is to disable the text box, and the one right below is to clear whatever we have in the function on the function text box, and make sure you convert that to 0. And in here, that is to clear to uncheck the checkbox. Now we need one for form load. Double click on the form load and just paste those in there. So when I run them, those functions will be called. So let's run it and see how it's going to look like. There we go, guys. You see that it's all disabled. However, if I click on reset, you see what happened there? All of those are gone. That's good. That makes life easy. Right. Okay, now, but we did not enter anything here that I noticed. Okay, so let's come right down here. We need a name for that. So that's going to be RT receipt. Yeah, something like that. Let's copy that and double click on the reset button again. Right in here, paste that in there. Dot clear. Yeah, that takes care of that. Oh, take that off. That should be here. Right. Now let's deal with the calculations. Let's come to the total. But before we can take care of the total, I will want everything, because this is an object-oriented system, I want everything to be, all of the price and so on, to be inside a class. So let's come right down here, inside project here, add class, and the name of the class, maybe we'll call it, shall we go for meal? Okay, meal, that's it. And make sure class is selected, click on add. There we go. Okay, now that the class mail is ready, we'll enter the following data type. There we go. Those are the data type for the drinks and the different kind of meal we have on board. Right, so let's give this a price. So I might as well just copy this and just give the price. So I'm going to start by copying that. Let's come down here, paste that in there, and I'll change this to price underscore, let's say bottle of water is that. Okay, so let's repeat the same thing for the others and just speed it up. Okay guys, this is how it all looks like now. The only bit that I leave out is the tax rate, but I can always put that in here. Let's say the tax rate happens to be 0. Let's go for 17. Right, that is done. So what I want to do now is right underneath here, I'm going to put this together. So because we have how many of those items, let's see. Okay, because I have 17 in total. Okay, so let's come down here. I will declare some variable, just call it items. There. So right underneath here, let's declare a method for the calculation of everything. So let's say public method, let's say get amount, and there. So we would like amount to return something, and what is going to return is going to be, I think, the cost. That would be what it will return. No, I meant cost. Let's copy that. There. And in here I have cost 1 equals, I want the price, all of the price of this, that's water. Okay, water plus, we'll need just 4 of those, sandwich, this cheese sandwich. So let's speed that up. Okay, this is how the calculations of everything looks now. How to group it in different item cost. Okay, so now let's group the 4 different item costs into one, or we can just, yeah, let's group it here so that it looks a little bit tidy. 1 plus item cost 2 plus item cost 3 plus item cost number 4. There we go, and semicolon. There. So that's the method that carry out the calculation for everything in here. Okay. All right. So let's come down here. What I want to do again is let's create something to take care of the tax itself. All right, and that will be, so that's going to be, let's say double C find tax, and that's going to be double amount, maybe C amount. Okay. And we enter curly braces and enter as follows for the tax. So that's the tax rate. Now, okay, since we are inside this class, so have a good look at my data member, the price of the data member, and in here that's the method created to calculate the cost, and here that's method for tax. I might as well create another method underneath here that will work out the cost of tax to be paid. So to do that, let's say public, we can, so first of all let me declare tax somewhere. where I will store the total of these tags. So let me call that tax course there, and right underneath here I'm going to enter, let's go for double, public double get tags, and in there that's going to be tax course equals, that will be fine tax, this very one there, and is going to be the tax that we want to find will be item cost there. And let's return tax cost there, and just close that. Right, that is fine. Now that is done, okay, one other thing that we can just incorporate into this program is let's incorporate inheritance. So I'm going to go to the project here, let's add another class, let's call that child mail. So that's the main mail there, so, or the parent mail underscore mail. So that would be the child, and this one is the parent. So what we'll do is we now get the parent here, this very one. So all of the data type and the method in there will be inherited by the child right there. Okay, so I'm not going to carry out any modification here. If I do, that will become maybe polymorphism, but let's come into our main program here and create a child's objects. That will be child mail. Okay, that's the object. Then I'm going to call that cost of mail. That is the class that I'm creating. That's the object's name, equals new cost of mail there. That is that done. Now we want cost of mail. The very first one is bottle water dot bottle water equals cost of mail dot price of bottled water right there. We now need to multiply that by how many bottled water we have in here. So let me check out this name. The name here is called what? Oh, this is bottled water. Let's see. Get that. That's the bottled water. I'm back in there. I'm in here. So that will become double dot parse txt bottled water dot text. Right, the first value is right in there, so we will now repeat exactly the same thing for the rest. So mail and the next one, let's see what's the name of the next one. Okay, it's cheese sandwich. So dot cheese sandwich equals cost dot price of cheese sandwich multiply by double dot pass, and that's going to be txt cheese sandwich dot text there. And the next is what? Chocolate milkshake dot chocolate milkshake equals that dot the price of chocolate milkshake double dot pass txt chocolate milkshake dot text. Right, so now I presume you guys get the whole idea. I have to repeat that for all, and I'll be right with you as soon as I'm done.